Hi and welcome to what will be the last episode of Walking the Path for 2019. There'll be new episodes coming in 2020. Today I'm on the garbage path. I'm at the Mayne recycling centre on the Isle of Wight, and behind me here you can see the endless stream of cars going in to throw away their junk. I'm not allowed to film inside for some reason, no one can tell me. Hey ho. So I'm here walking a very noisy path along the outside. I've chosen to come here today because I've recently moved home and was amazed at just how much stuff, unnecessary stuff, I seem to have accumulated in just a few short years. I've made a lot of trips here to the recycling centre and to charity shops, getting rid of the things I don't want. And I've been horrified by how much junk people are throwing away. Much of it perfectly fine, but just unwanted. The attendants inside the recycling centre tell me that this is their busiest time of the year. People clearing out unwanted stuff, some of it just from last year, of course. It's also a really busy time of the year for me because this is the time of year when people like to set goals, New Year's resolutions, and so goal mapping, particularly relevant this time of year. And I have a lot of goal mapping presentations and workshops coming up in the next few weeks. The main one, of course, is my big goal mapping workshop on the 18th of January in Heathrow, London. And in my workshops, I always encourage people to set a balance of goals to help them to have a balanced life. Set health goals, set prosperity goals, and set goals about contribution, etc. This year, I really want to encourage people to set environmental goals. Set goals to do what they can to help improve the environment. My recent experiences have really brought it to the forefront of my mind about how each of us need to do what we can and to follow the principle of not just recycling but reducing and reusing. It's not the first time that I've created a goal map to help me to be more environmentally conscious. The first one was actually back in 2004, and in creating the map, not only did it influence my habit patterns and help me to be more environmentally friendly, it helped me to get clear in creating the map about the prime principle, which is to reduce, reuse where possible, and then recycle. But reduce first and foremost what we don't need, because so often we are accumulating things that are really unnecessary. If I look back on my map, not only was it successful for me, but it influenced my children, and they've had their own maps around saving the planet and becoming more environmentally conscious. These recent experiences have really caused me to look back on my life, and I can see that actually reusing and reducing is an attitude that I've had for the longest time. I learnt it originally from my father. He was a great reuser of materials. In fact, this coat I'm wearing was my father's. It's almost as old as I am, but I absolutely cherish it. Years ago, I opened a disco here on the Isle of Wight. It was a very unusual place. One of the things that people loved about it was the decor. And the thing that's prominent in my mind for me at the moment is that almost the entire decor of the disco that people so loved was made from junk. It was made from reused things that people didn't want. In fact, some of the things in the disco, half of an old boat and some things, came from this recycling centre. It wasn't called a recycling centre back then, it was called a tip. This is 40 years ago, and it was the local tip, and it's what people did. They came here and they tipped their junk. Nothing was recycled. Much has changed, and that's a very positive thing to contemplate. How much things have moved on, how much recycling there now is, and people making an effort. And it is people that have created that change. History shows us clearly it is no use, it's useless waiting for business to make a plan. They're more interested in profit. And it's no good waiting for politicians to pass a policy. They're too busy trying to be popular. It actually needs each of us to make a stand and do what we can. If each of us make a stand to do what we can, pick up a bit of junk from the roadside, reduce what we use, reuse where we can, and make the effort to recycle, then no matter what life path you are on, what is your future, your desires, if we reduce, reuse and recycle as we move along our path, there will still be a path for our children to tread. And it's fascinating and inspiring to see how it is actually the younger generations that are really leading the way at the moment and encouraging the big people to aim for a brighter future so that our children still have a future. I wish you well, my friends. I hope to see some of you at the goal mapping workshop. Use the free online system, create your maps for all the different areas of your life, and create a map about what you can do in 2020 to help save the world for our future generations. Lots of love. Happy New Year.